Bernstein from Atlanta, Georgia. Hi, Louie. How are you?
Fine, Frank. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Just a little background. I met Louie through LinkedIn. I posted a question about selling techniques, and he was kind enough to answer it. And we got a dialogue going. He gave me his book to review, and we had some other very interesting conversations about the sales process. So, Louie, I want to welcome you to Hangout Roundtable and share a little about your background, because one of the things I'll say, there's a zillion sales books out there, and there's a lot of people that teach it but don't do it, and I have to tell you, Louie's the exact opposite of that. So share a little about your background before we get into what the book offers. Go ahead, Louie.
Absolutely. Thanks, Frank. I've been selling my whole life. My first sales job was at 10. I was selling hot dogs in a hot dog stand up in Skokie, Illinois. I'm sure I was the first one to say, do you want fries with that? I don't even think McDonald's, I think McDonald's has just come into business around that. So that's how long I've been selling. Like I said, I've been in sales all my life. I worked technology sales. I've won sales awards at every company I've been with. I started at Digital, went out to EMC. I was on employee number 56 at EMC, grew the district down here exponentially, and used it as a launching pad to start my own business called MindIQ. Founded and ran that out of Atlanta for 22 plus years. Made the Inc. 500 in 2002 for continuous fast growth over a 5-year period. Sold the business in 2008, took a little time off, was recruited by another training company to be the GM and help turn it around, and did so. Left there after about a year, actually moved them to be profitable for the first time in a long time, and moved them to the #1 spot in their franchise chart. Now I'm with in the last 2.5 years, I've been with a software company in Atlanta. Great little software company, had a good product, just didn't have any marketing, so I've been building a sales team. And it's been a lot of fun. We grew about 64% in 2010 and 72% last year. But what I learned over the last few years is to get these companies successful, I put together a lot of things, a lot of methodologies, a lot of processes that really have done well. I learned a lot about sales playbooks, coaching, training, things like that, which were really that have been really super effective. And I'm still get up every morning, 6:30, go to work, and I have a large sales team now, and I'm in it every day. But this book has been kind of a byproduct of the last few years, kind of documenting what I've learned over the last couple of decades.
Great. For those that don't know, take a minute and just tell them what a sales playbook is, if you would.
The sales playbook is really should be the Bible for a salesperson. It should have everything that they need to succeed. You know, it's got all of our calling scripts, our email templates, our invoicing procedures, our sales rules. We have videos of demos, customer presentations. It tells them, it has a list of qualifying questions, it has things about the competition, basically kind of soup to nuts, and it's always being updated. The price list is in there, so it's always evolving. It's a living document. And probably the best part about the sales playbook, or the most beneficial part to me, is I'm able to onboard sales reps really quickly. And we get them up to speed, lickety-split, and so it just saves us a lot of time. A lot of companies struggle with, day one, the sales rep comes and what do I do? Well, here's the list, here's our product, learn about it, and call them. And that's just not an effective way to do it.
Sure, I understand. Let me ask you this. You've given us sort of a little bit of this, but there's lots of sales books out there. What do you think's different about this one? Why should somebody buy this book?
Well, the book is it's unique in the fact that I've arranged it according to the business day. So I believe sales training needs to be done every day. I think consistency brings excellence. And so for every day at noon at our company, we do sales training for 33 minutes. Very casual. You can bring your lunch. No big deal. But we have 262 sales training lessons, 210 for the salesperson and 52 for the sales manager. So Monday through Thursday, we go through a lesson every day. Sometimes we'll go over a deal, and we'll brainstorm a deal if one of the reps are stuck in the middle of a sale or stalled or whatever. we'll do that as well. And those are really effective sessions. And on Fridays, it's information for the sales manager, which I tend to reinforce myself, and I try to arrange some product training for the sales reps so they don't go a day without anything. So what's unique about it, in addition to its consistency and a daily lesson plan, is that it's real-world stuff. I mean, I live it every single day. It's got real-world examples, and I'm not just kind of sitting up in an ivory tower spitting out, spouting knowledge. I got in this morning and thought about a situation where we had last week and just wrote another lesson. So it's continually evolving and growing. I think I had a lesson plan in there just called prospecting, and another one, that's what it was, and I was on qualifying, how to qualify a prospect. And I realized I needed another chapter after Friday on how to disqualify a prospect.
Yeah.
So my sales rep wasn't doing that and wasting time. And all a sales rep has is time, and the time is money. So one of the things that really makes it unique, a couple of things I think, is its consistency and its applicability.
Right. Mention the name of the book. I don't think we did that yet.
Thanks. It's How to Be a Professional Salesperson.
Okay, and we'll mention this again at the end, but where do they get this book? How do they get it?
I have a website. It's sales-getters, getters.com. Actually, that's my main website. You can go there and get it as well. But the website directly to the training is training.sales-getters, getters.com.
Great. What do you think in your career, what do you think are the biggest couple of things holding salespeople back from achieving higher results?
I think they need to have good coaching and a good example. And a coach who sits there and lives it with them every day, and watches and listens and looks for their strengths and looks for their weaknesses. Once again, I think training. I think just a daily dose, little bit, and it also gets you thinking in a sales frame of mind. I think that's essential to have a sales attitude when you get into the office. And so someone who can coach them on getting into a good sales frame of mind and thinking like a salesperson and understanding their time is money and that they have something valuable and it's worth something to someone on the other side.
Could you take a minute and give us, I know it's there's all these lessons, it's a really in-depth coverage, but can you give us a little more of an overview of what's in there?
Wow. I really cover everything. The book's not just for beginners. I mean, there's a lot of things in there for beginners as well as senior salespeople. I mean, we cover everything from prospecting and cold calling, and I put scripts in there actually for the sales reps as well. We have prospecting, cold calling. We cover just about every objection I've ever heard. We don't have enough money. It's not in the budget. We had a bad experience with your company. Your price is too high. All the things, that you hear. We cover all the different objections. We go into how do you qualify a prospect, how you put together a sales funnel, and where you spend your time. And each lesson also has homework for the salesperson and advice for the sales manager based on that topic. That's really another thing that makes the book kind of unique. The sales homework will then reinforce what's in the lesson based on their product or service. So it's meant to be applied not just as knowledge, but for the sales rep to take that knowledge and apply it to their particular product or service.
Yeah, so it's a lot more. I mean, it's a lot more than a book. It's a working document.
Oh, absolutely. And it's printed in a binder and published in a binder so that people can lay it flat and flip pages and have it there and write in it and make it very easy rather than not a spiral, but a flat, sticky bind.
Understand.
Hard bind.
Anything else that I haven't asked that you want to share with everyone?
No, well, you'll see when you go to the website, the book is very inexpensive. I don't make a lot of money on the book, but I really have enjoyed putting it together. I'm at the point in my career where I'm enjoying giving back, and I'm enjoying coaching and seeing people succeed. I call people after they buy the book in a month or two and see how they're doing. And I can't tell you, I mean, some of the responses I get are just really heartwarming.
Tell that story. You don't have to mention her name. You told me a story about somebody that was just getting into sales the first time. This
Oh,
lady.
yeah. When I was actually putting together the website, the shopping cart for the book, I called the company that was hosting the site, and I was having some problems with it, some technical problems, and I talked to this young lady, and by the time we were through, I mean, she was great. And I said, you're wonderful. You should get into sales.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, well, I am supposed to be in sales, and even though I'm in support, I'm supposed to upsell you on some new things and get you to find new URLs and everything else, but I don't feel comfortable doing it. And I said, well, why don't you buy my book? And if you don't like it, send it back, and it's, no big deal. So she bought the book, and a couple months later, recently I sent her an email. I said, how's it going? And she goes, you're not going to believe it. She says, I quit that job. I went to a new job, and they put me in a training program, and I finished at the top of the class. I have my scripts that I had written out from your book. I repeat them 25 times. I'm about to hit the floor. My manager's high-fiving me, and I'm sure I'm going to sell a ton. So that was a real nice one.
Fantastic. Could you give people the URL again, and to make sure they got that right in the name of the book?
Absolutely. The URL www.training.sales- it's a hyphen, getters, GETTERS.com. And it's how to be a professional salesperson.
Great. Well, as you can see, there's a lot here, and as somebody who read it myself, I would highly recommend it. It was very helpful to me. I guess everybody's involved in selling in some way or another, so I'd recommend it. And from talking to Louie, even in addition to the book, he's a great guy. He's got fantastic thoughts on how to succeed as a salesperson. And Louie, I want to thank you for joining us on the broadcast. It's been interesting as always. I encourage people to buy the book. I think you'll be very happy.
Thanks
Again. Okay, bye now. Thanks, everybody.